Korean. I'm actually fifth generation Japanese American. So I did not grow up in my family learning about or speaking Japanese either. But when I went to college, I did a year-long exchange program in Japan that was completely taught in Japanese. And I kind of adopted a love of language learning, which is actually why I do my current job in the Army. I joined the Army to learn more language. And the Army taught me Korean. And the Army sent me to Korea a number of times. So if you have questions about Korea, I, again, am not Korean, so you're going to have my opinion or the observations I've formed over a little bit of time in that country and learning about the language and culture. Okay? What you have up here is the Korean alphabet, and it's actually not an alphabet like you guys think of the English alphabet. It's called a syllabary. It has thousands of combinations. It can make a lot more sounds than the English alphabet can. But whereas we have 26 letters, there are also approximately 26 basic characters. However, you'll see consonants and vowels. And again, unlike English, where our consonants and vowels are separate letters that can be put together to form words, you can't even start a word unless you pair a consonant with a vowel. So, like if you look over here where we have sun, you're taking the consonant xia, this vowel and then the nian sound. So basically S-N to make the first word for teacher, sun, okay? So that's just a real quick right there. And then to kind of clue you in on how cool the Korean written language is, because it's one of the youngest written languages in the world, and also one that was created very scientifically. And I've got a video that shows that better than I can. So I'll give you a choice, actually, because there's three. There's a video of a very boring sounding British man with very good information. There is an animated stick figure narrated by a kid, I think. And then it looks like an educational video with some animations. So if you want the boring British man, raise your hand. No? The animated stick man? Looks like a majority vote right there. So, Mr. Fuller, if you could start that video for me, that'd be awesome. Hold on. Right there. Sun Sang Nim. Yes. Yeah.
How long did it take to get fluent?
To get fluent? So the Army put me in school for about a year and 2 or 3 months. But really, just like he said, the alphabet part, learning to read it without even knowing what I was reading, took me less than a week. Which I guess puts me in the category of the stupid people because it was less than a morning. But really, if you look at this and you take the time to like jot down some notes, by tomorrow you guys could look at any Korean document or newspaper and sound out every word in it. You just wouldn't know what you were sounding out. And that's really cool and at the same time sometimes really frustrating because you can read everything out loud that you're looking at, but you might not know what it means in Korean. So again, like if you take 2 seconds, and we'll go through this in a second, to figure out what these mean, you could read it without even knowing what it meant. But for me, again, it took me about a year and a half to get to where I could converse with people. And then going to Korea really helped a lot because you had to learn to use it in everyday like survival situations. Okay, so what we have here is just like the gentleman talked about in his video, is the Korean alphabet. Now, if you guys had to guess, how long do you think it would take you to say the English alphabet? Like sing the song?
30 seconds.
Like 30 seconds? All right, so listen to this. Kanadara mabasa aja chakata paha. Done. Yep. Done. That's it. Because that's all the consonants in dictionary order. I don't need to worry about the vowels because all of the vowels are going to be the same for every single consonant. For example, the kiak, which makes a G sound most of the time. Ga, gya, ga, gyo, go, gyo, gu, gyu, gu, gi. Done. Right? It's really simple, and it goes that way for every single consonant sound. Now, he talked about some like yin and yang stuff that got really confusing, a little bit like mathematical symbol, right? But in simple, so what he was saying was if you have the positive, I'm going to call them positive even though they're not like positive negative, the positive vowel sounds of O, and ah, they will never be combined with the other ones of and oo. So just like I've written here, you have o and ah together, or o and e, or oo and or oo and e. But you'll never have o and together because that's a positive and a negative and they don't mix. So it's kind of a weird thing with the language. But so I don't want to spend too much time just staring at these. I want you guys to really realize how easy this written language is. And so like my first name's Jason, right? So using this and seeing that this is a J, I can start with a J, right? And then it's not up here, but to make an eh sound, you use an ah and an e. I-E, and it becomes eh, right? So J is a shiot sound for the S. So, and then just like Sun Sang Nim, there's my first name, J Sun, all right? So if you guys can all see this, I want you to take like 3 minutes to sound out your own name, put the puzzle together, and if you have a question about a sound, just ask and I'll write on the board, all right? That way you guys can write down your name and we'll move forward from there.